And we got a banger for you today. I don't cover a lot of ADA, but you guys, if you follow my channel, you know that I bought two major times back in the 30-cent range, and Cardano's been pretty much trading sideways around 50 to 70 cents for quite a while. Spiked up a bit, but TLDR, Charles has dropped some bombshells about what he wants to do with the future of ADA, and even pulled some shots on Bitcoin, saying that Cardano is a threat to Bitcoin. So if you're not a Cardano maxi ADA army, you might want to buckle in, take a listen to this. Not financial advice, of course, but I got my ADA bags ready to go. Stay tuned.
Watching Bitcoin climb higher feels like watching a train leave without you, but it's not too late. At Drip2 BTC, you can grow your Bitcoin like never before. Earn up to 3,000% APR on credit conversions and discounts on Bitcoin purchases. Step 1, buy Bitcoin. Step 2, deposit it. Step 3, let your wallet do the work. Don't miss this chance to change your life. Start today at drip2btc.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. So first up, we'll look at the price action. I got this sitting on the weekly chart. And if you were around last cycle, you know that Cardano's high topped out around $3 and some change. That's on the weekly. Let's go back to the daily, because I think it was a little over $3, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, 296. All right, whatever, close enough. But regardless, it has just been down ever since. And then I mentioned it to you guys, not back here, but the reason was there was this kind of channel between 20 cents up to, we'll call it 40, that it was kind of hugging around in between. Like if you look at this all the way back until from November 2022. So we're out here now in June 2025. So to me, this was a great buying opportunity. I bought twice, and I'm up since then because it's still a 2x from where I bought. So theoretically, I'm kind of speculating here. I believe the new kind of low or bottom currently that ADA is hugging and wants to keep, this is not any TA or using any simple moving average or anything like that, I'm just speculating, is I feel like it's around this 60-cent level, maybe 50, but looks like it's bounced quite a few times, and then it had some resistance here, and then now it turned into support. So 2x from where it was, ranging in that 20 to 40 cent range, and now I believe that the new range could be, 60 to 80 or so. So after you watch this could be a decent opportunity for you to get in if you never got into ADA before. I think there's still some legs left in this, but again, with the Raoul Pal don't fuck this up thesis, remember you only got 20% to speculate on into alts. So if you're already holding Solana or Sui, because Raoul doesn't even talk about ADA at all, or really XRP, any of these. So these are definitely more of retail base, but what Cardano's building and has built, and what Charles' vision is, it does seem as though it's poised to do something bigger than it currently is. So let's listen to first this clip from a couple weeks ago.
And you know what? Bitcoin no longer has earned the right to call itself the only sound money blockchain. Cardano is here too. We will not allow the maxis in the Bitcoin ecosystem to take that from us. ADA is sound money. We are far more decentralized. We are deflationary in our monetary policy. And we have honored all, as our community, the commitments and principles and promises that were made. And we have engaged in a long arc roadmap and been up for 7 years. At what point are we a real cryptocurrency? They'll never say it, because they understand that the biggest threat to Bitcoin's dominance has and always will be Cardano, because we were the ones who listened to the innovators in the Bitcoin ecosystem, whether it been the innovators with Lightning, the innovators with color coins, the innovators of Satoshi's vision and where he wanted to take it and how it would change the world. And so many of these people, because I was there personally for more than 10 years, again and again and again proposed amazing ideas, whether they be color coins or such. And none of them ever really ended up becoming first-class citizens in the Bitcoin roadmap, because they said perfection was achieved January 3rd of 2009. We were the ecosystem that listened and finished the work. We created extended UTXO, Plutus and all the derivative languages as an ecosystem. We figured out how to actually get Nakamoto consensus to work properly in the proof of stake world and have the exact same security properties as proof of work, but take all the benefits of what proof of stake gives us. And it took a very long time, 9 years of meticulous research, dozens of papers, tons of peer review, tons of formal methods work, massive amounts of simulations, and a live network for 7 years that's never gone down and been hacked and broken. We took that road and we showed the world how to do that. And because of this, the programmability and now on-chain governance, we have a vastly superior model. So they're scared because they know at the end of the day, if all it is just what has more adoption and price, and we're thinking decade by decade, and we have a better growth engine, eventually like Facebook to MySpace, it's not even a competition. We will win and overcome.
Now, I'm not even going to pretend to act like I know all the technical ins and outs of Cardano. But I do know that Hoskinson has been around. He's a Bitcoin OG, and he was there with Vitalik creating Ethereum, and then he split off because he didn't like the direction that Ethereum was going, and he created and founded Cardano. So I do know that he does have strong roots with Bitcoin. So yes, that statement about saying that the biggest threat to Bitcoin dominance has and always will be Cardano, I do know he is very big on building like governance and voting and true decentralization and stuff like that. So to me, this could be a sleeper play of something long term. Like you don't hear Cardano being spoken about with anything really out there in regards to like Solana is the meme coin. I believe they partnered with like AM's, not partnered with, but like one of the payment rails, Visa, something like that. And then also, of course, Ethereum. That's in the news with ETFs and all that. And of course, you got Bitcoin, and then even Doge being taken at AMC and Tesla. So it's like Cardano has just been skipped over tons of times. They fought with the SEC, but he's been building and building and building and building. So whether or not it'll take off, I have no idea, but I do believe it's going to be around for sure. And then this piece actually kind of solidifies that. So let's talk about the future of Cardano and what he wants to do in regards to creating a decentralized sovereign wealth fund.
Is kind of push only, so it gets filled up with inflation and transaction fees, and there really aren't any yield-bearing instruments inside the portfolio of the treasury that generate returns and then donate those returns back like you would with a normal sovereign wealth fund. So when you look at things like Norway's sovereign wealth fund or Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund, both of which over $1 trillion, they get annualized returns. Those returns get sent back, and there's policies about how much can be spent on an annual basis. The same for Alaska's, which is about $180 billion. So one of the things we're looking into right now is, can we solve a lot of problems at the same time? And what I'd like to see is, could we take about $100 million worth of ADA in the treasury and convert it to a blend of a collection of stablecoins incumbent in Cardano, so USDM, USDA, as well as ADA-backed stable synthetics like IUSD, and also convert some of it to Bitcoin to prime the Bitcoin DeFi. It's complicated because you have to also look at the yield side of the market and the readiness of the DeFi applications for this. So I wrote a document, which is about 40 pages long, and I gave it to Dan Singelman and to Fahmy and Ryan and a few other people on our side. We're going to look at it, and then we're going to syndicate that with a lot of the DeFi applications in the Cardano ecosystem and have a discussion about practicality and readiness, as well as where yield come from, either from the RealFi side or real-world assets. But I do think we can easily pair that. Now, there's a lot of people running around on Twitter just running their mouth that somehow a sale of $100 million worth of ADA would be catastrophic to the price and collapse it. I guess that comes from inexperience. People don't seem to understand that while Cardano has many failings, liquidity, exchange listings, and trading is not one of them. Hundreds of millions of dollars of ADA changes hands on a daily basis. The markets are deep enough that it could absorb within 30 to 90 days using TWAPs, OTCs, and other mechanisms, a $100 million sale without moving the ADA price in any significant fashion. Not 10%, 15%, probably less than 0.5%. And then speculation alone probably would move it in either up or down. In fact, we see much more volatility on a regular basis from all these things. And I don't think for a moment that a $100 million sale would cause any problems at all. We just know this because we deal on a regular basis with people who have exchange products, who do OTC transactions, watching the markets on a daily basis, and just talking to people on Wall Street and looking at the trading market making capabilities of Cardano. The markets are more than capable of absorbing this, and it will not move the price.
So the main TLDR for this and what sparked this interest is that he's trying to get more support on ADA in the DeFi side, and specifically with stables. So there's not a lot of stable coin volume and market cap on ADA. So his idea is to prime that pump by selling off some of the existing ADA in the treasury. And he pitched the $100 million worth. So we know that Cardano or ADA, where is it at? Is it Bell? Where? There's number 10. Okay. So it's a $21 billion market cap. So selling 100 million is not even a drop in the bucket, like you said, and it would move the price maybe 0.5%. But either way, again, if it did move it more negative, and again, you are bullish or done your research, or you just heard these two clips and you're like, well, that sounds like an interesting play to put in my portfolio, then that could be a buying opportunity. Like, I don't know if it'll move the needle or not, but where is ADA? Sitting currently at 61 cents. You know, if it does drop below that at all, I think that would get bought up. Like, a lot of these people that are holding ADA, they are die-hard ADA fans. So you'd have to have some ADA maxis. And again, he is building something that I haven't heard anyone else talking about. So, and that's what he's been doing, like he said, for the last 7 to 9 years behind the scenes, constantly trying to strengthen the foundation for this ecosystem. So for me, I'm just going to continue holding the bags I got. I'm not buying anymore because the whole goal, again, is to keep that portfolio allocation 20%. And I'm already over that because of alts that I had from last cycle. So I really need these alts to pump so I can shave some of them off and roll them into Bitcoin long term. But just thought those two clips were interesting. So I am a ADA believer / holder, just not hardcore maxi. I'm definitely more on the Bitcoin maxi side. But I do believe there are some strong alts out there. But as I always tell you guys, there's two sides to the coin. So there are other people out there on speculating on alts that say that pretty much alts are dead. There will be these old dinosaur coins like BNB, ADA, XRP, any of the other ones that won't see any new resurgence this cycle. So there's some supportive information out there for that, but you have to, cherry pick, I guess, what you want to believe in, or at least speculate on where you're going to throw your capital. So for me, I believe it's sound play, but not financial advice, of course. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible.